understand what you're saying. No.
There it is.
Let's hear it.
Well, let's hear it.
Talk to us. Uh-oh.
Beadle and Decker, taking on sports talk like no one else. Michelle Beadle,
I'm just helping. I'm helping America one by one.
Cody Decker.
I 100% believe in revenge. Revenge is a great thing.
Back to the sports.
Back and ready for more.
Every time I tune them out, they pull me back in.
It's Beadle and Decker. Here's Michelle and Cody.
Reboot. There's a billion reboots.
Yeah, there are a billion reboots, but everyone loves it. Name one bad reboot ever, Michelle. I'll sit here and wait.
Oh, no, my brain hurts too. No, because all right. I'm dealing with fumes for brains.
Oh, yes,
today.
you are. Why, Michelle?
East Coasters, if you stayed up, first of all, if you stayed up to watch that historically epic World Series Game 3 last night, you are more of a human and a stud than I could ever be, because mine was just till midnight out here on the West Coast. Although I do get up at 4, so technically that is kind of a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Most people aren't getting up at 4 after that game. But, whoo, okay, we had no runs scored from the 8th inning to the 18th inning. And so I was playing a game this morning trying to figure out all the things I could have done in the full 7 hours that lasted. And it was like, you could watch Schindler's List twice.
Yes, you could have.
Which is crazy. You could technically have squeezed in 3.5 NBA games, which is crazy.
Yes. Hey, Rock, could you turn up our volume a little bit, buddy?
Oh, no.
My man, thank you so much. Yes, you could have.
And then I could have flown to New York and then some.
Yes, you could have. This game was 6 hours and 20 minutes, Michelle Beadle, and it was, I don't know what to say other than a legendary game. I did fall asleep at one point for about a minute and a half during like the 15th inning. I kind of woke myself up and got back into it, but there were so many things to take away from this game. Because, and by the way, you mentioned the fact that we went 10 innings without scoring a run, which is wild to me because the Dodgers bullpen sucks, the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen sucks, and they both held everything down, including the greatest bullpen arm the Dodgers have ever thrown out there. Clayton Kershaw, baby! You're the hero of the day.
No, he's not the hero of the day.
No, he's not. He got one out, though.
But he did get one out, and it felt very nostalgic and adorable. The graphic they kept throwing up where they were just sort of crossing names off the bullpen list as if it was like a list of things to do was hilarious. I was like, what happens when we run out of human beings? Can that even happen? Because, look, Toronto had pulled some guys because no one in the right mind thought this thing would possibly go 18 innings. So here we are, 18 innings. I had 2 sets of people that had gone to this game. One went with his family, stayed the entire 18 innings.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I had a friend that did the same thing, by the way.
One also went with his family, but left in the 14th inning, which, by the way, it's still admirable. 14 inning is, I'm not mad at you.
Yes.
Because they stopped serving in the 8th, and not just food, not just alcohol, like food, water. There was no water for folks from 9th inning on. So it was just chaos out in Chavez Ravine. But my goodness, I'm slightly proud of how many people were still in those stands when it was all said and done. Bateman was still there.
It was amazing. I had a lot of questions and a lot of things that I want to get through in this game because there were so many things in the game
too much.
Like honestly, too much. Let's start with a baseball aspect because listen, there was a lot of non-baseball things that I couldn't help but notice and just couldn't help but just zero in on. Oh my God, Michelle. Oh my God, there is so much to zero in on this game. But let's just focus on the baseball at all. Okay. Will Klein.
Now that's the hero of the day.
4 innings last night in a World Series game, gets the win. You know how many innings Will Klein had pitched this year for the Los Angeles Dodgers, Michelle?
Like 1?
4.2 innings on the season. He was just added to the World Series roster. He wasn't like on the entire playoff roster. Throws 4 just gutsy innings. Gets that done. So Will, congratulations, Will Klein. You are now basically a household name and a Dodger legend because you just won maybe the most impressive Dodger game in the history of Major League Baseball. But I mean, let's be real clear who the hero is. Shohei Ohtani is the hero. He is forever the hero, and he got on base. Wait for it. 9 times. 9 times
Niner.
yesterday. Michelle, he had a really good month in yesterday's game.
Yeah, he really did. God, the initial walk, you're like, okay, yeah, I get it. That final one though,
Fifth time.
like you are so screwed though. In that, like there wasn't a lot left to do there because I thought, okay, sure, they're gonna walk Mookie Betts, and then sure enough, they walk Mookie Betts. But I'm like, but then it's
Freddie Freeman.
Like and it just felt like, okay, this is it. This is ending tonight.
And it's
now.
okay. Then you have Teoscar Hernandez after that.
That is a chunk of hell.
It really is.
It's a hellscape for opposing teams. Some people, and maybe I was considered one of them, was like, just for the love of God, someone hit a goddamn.
Oh my God, I said it so many times.
Please,
I was really mad at Freddie Freeman for flying out to the wall, Teoscar Hernandez for flying out to the wall,
Yep.
Will Smith, who not just hit a ball
Yep.
to left center, he pimped that and walked off like he got it.
Like
big
he'd been
time.
doing that.
It's like, you see that? Done that a few hundred times. No, he hadn't. And
7 hours.
But there's the other thing, though. Like, one, Ohtani, 4 for 4, 2 home runs
Sure.
again. Ground rule double to start the game. Walks 5 times. Oh, and he's tonight's starting pitcher, so I guess that's good.
Which is his favorite thing to do.
By the way, did you see the video after the game of
Yes.
Dave Roberts?
Oh, no, I thought, wait, which?
Oh, so Dave Roberts gets everybody into the clubhouse. He's like, all right, guys, that's the way to do it. We got a game later today. And everyone just loses
Later
it.
today is insane.
Yeah, loses it, and everyone looks. And by the way, you hear Kike in the background. It's like, yeah, tonight's starting pitcher was on base 9 times.
You know what, though? He's fine. He's young. He's a young man. He's a youthful 31. No, I thought you were talking about the video when all the Japanese players and their interpreters were sort of celebrating and like running together. It was just like
I missed that.
just feel good. The whole thing was feel good. It honestly, I don't want to be like a lame-o right now or a softie or too sensitive, but it's going to come off that way. When you've just finished a 7-hour competition and it has gone that far into the night, God, it hurts to lose. Like I was thinking big picture last night because it's
Really
one
glad you're
thing to
saying
like lose like Toronto loses the game last night in a normal, slightly normal, even maybe an extra inning.
You can sleep on. You can sleep with that.
All right, we're cool. We lost the game. I don't know how demoralizing that ends up being.
I'm so glad you said that. I actually have an experience of this, and now it's not a World Series experience, but it was a double A championship, okay?
Counts.
In the Texas League. I was playing for your San Antonio Missions, and in 2012, I played in the Texas League 2011, played in the Texas League Championship.
Okay.
Our first game, we were playing against it was the Little Rock, Arkansas Express or something, the Angels.
I'll take your word.
And I believe Mike Trout was on that team. Okay. And I'll never forget it. We won the game in 7 hours and 1 minute.
Oh, God.
It was 21 innings, and we just barely won. But I will tell you this: in the 16th inning, we were very confident in our team. We knew we'd win the series. But we even started saying to ourselves, "Dude, let's just lose and get to tomorrow because this is enough." And then when we got in the dugout in the clubhouse, we sat there and looked at each other. Never mind, we'd be so pissed off if we lost this game after the 7 hours we just put in.
Because in some, and I'm on a much, much lesser scale, that's how I felt as a viewer. Mm-hmm. I felt like I've already invested 14 innings of my life. I'm not going to go to bed.
No.
Like I'm just not.
I was shocked, by the way.
I accidentally dozed off in the 16th because I went up to my room to get ready for bed like during the night.
Yes.
I was like, all right, we'll go extra innings. At least I'm ready in bed. Like I'll be starting to wind down. And then I'm just like laying there. So I doze off. I immediately wake up. The TV happens to be in a commercial break. Mm-hmm. So in my mind, I've slept 3 hours.
The game's over.
I'm like, oh, okay, let me check my phone, which is on the nightstand. And I'm like, oh, no, what? And then they come back on. I'm like, oh, my God, it's still going on. I barely missed anything. Felt like hours.
Oh, my God.
I loved it so much.
I'm telling you, man, this was such a fun. Like, there were parts where I was like, okay, that's enough. I've had enough now. Somebody can win the game. But
For the love of God.
But I will say, the Freddie Freeman of it all, and that's the other thing.
Dude.
Mentioned Shohei Ohtani, historic night. Will Klein, historic night.
Yeah.
Freddie
Just Kershaw
Freeman.
even being there.
Kershaw
Cool.
being there. And
Feel good.
you know what? Here's the thing. Here's the deal. Like, I know we're both rooting for the Toronto Blue Jays, and we are.
So weird
It
to say out
is
loud.
kind of cool to see Kershaw go out with a ring again, and that he actually got to contribute to this one. At least one out, which is kind of
they
cool.
needed it. Like,
and they needed it.
It's not like a feel sorry,
And
like let's
no,
just throw him out
and
there.
he
No.
got it done. And he even talked about after the game. He gave a pretty good quote where he said, "Yeah, I'm just a reliever for four more days, and then I'm out." And I love it.
I mean, they had a camera on his wife, like his whole family section. His wife was like losing her mind.
I bet.
Okay, so that's where I feel like I don't feel enough.
Really?
It felt a little over the
I mean,
top,
come
I'm
on,
not gonna lie
you
to
know the Kershaw history in the playoffs and just
of course.
everything that's just
Yes.
been, in my opinion, unfairly bludgeoned over his head.
Maybe, yeah. But, like, and I get it, to just seemingly out of nowhere, all of a sudden he's got to go out there and actually do it. He has to execute this perfectly because there's little to no room for error at that point. And any second that could all change. So I get it.
Yeah.
But also,
Here's the other thing about Freddie Freeman that I really want to point out, and I'm sorry that I got to do this to you Braves fans, but how does it feel? Is it like really bad? Does it suck? Does waking up seeing Freddie Freeman, who hit a walk-off home run last year in Game 1 of the World Series, and then this year hits it in Game 3 walk-off. You guys parted ways with Freddie Freeman 3 years ago because you thought he was washed up. This is by far the best version of Freddie Freeman, so much so that 3 years of Freddie in L.A., I don't even remember Atlanta Freddie Freeman. So much so that Freddie Freeman, he ain't going in the Hall of Fame as an Atlanta Brave. He is a Los Angeles Dodger forever.
and how long was he in the?
Like 11 years.
Yeah, that was like his God, I don't think anyone's going to argue that. No one would argue that.
I mean, he's a Dodger legend. He's going to go down as like the greatest Dodger first baseman of all time. Duke Snyder was their first baseman.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I felt for the Blue Jays last night. I wonder if anybody cried. Now, if they cried, I'd get it.
Well,
at least if they went back into the clubhouse and maybe hid in a corner and cried for a second, I get it, because that's physically exhausting. Just 7 hours of doing anything is physically exhausting, much less having to concentrate and do all that. Ugh.
I mentioned that there were things about the game last night that I just could not ignore. There's something you and I have always talked about on the original version of Beadle and Decker, industry plants.
1.0. Oh, yeah.
Okay, so industry plants are things that I don't particularly care for a ton.
Okay, well, explain it because it is kind of a
It's an
specific term.
inside baseball type of phrase.
Yeah.
So an industry plant is basically like, a movie's coming out and you see somebody in the movie, they're just put there for whatever, their promotion for their upcoming movie. For instance, I'll use the example that I'm going to start with, Glenn Powell last night. Glenn Powell was just raging. That legendary Dodger fan from Texas, Glenn Powell. Glenn Powell does not care about the Dodgers.
How do you know?
He does not care about the Dodgers. He's at a Texas game every week pretending to be Matthew McConaughey.
You can cheer for
You
two
cannot
things.
be Matthew McConaughey and Rob Lowe. And don't worry, Rob Lowe, I'm going to get to your
Rob
ass
Lowe's
in a
not
second.
even a real fan.
No, he's not.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in these two games.
What was that? He was there last night.
Oh, I didn't see
And the
him last
camera
night.
was on him a lot.
Really? I see
Yeah.
Bateman. Bateman's my
Bateman
celebrity
was there
Dodger
too.
fan.
But Bateman is not an industry plant. He's a Dodger
No,
fan. He
he's real.
shows up a lot. Anthony Kiedis shows up a lot.
Well, how
Flea,
is Rob Lowe an industry plant?
because
He's a
I'll show you
legitimate
why. Can we
working
throw, can we
actor.
throw up that Rob Lowe graphic? Because of that. Because exactly that.
First of all, that's one of the funniest. I actually, as a result of that hat, which just plainly says NFL logo, I
Yes.
have an NBA logo hat.
But you don't
It
go
just-
to an NBA game rocking it.
Well, I never get to go to games anymore. But if I did, I would 100, especially if it wasn't a Spurs game.
Okay,
and I wasn't work related.
But
I would
he
totally.
claims to be a Dodger fan. He was there last night wearing like an MLB hat. Like he's just always.
It's brilliant.
He's always rocking. He might as well wear a shirt that says team.
You don't think he's in on it?
I don't think he's in on it.
I think he's in on it, bro.
Oh, I think we're giving Rob Lowe more credit than he deserves.
Also, I'm going to go back to Glenn Powell.
Okay.
As somebody who has predominantly grew up in one state. Actually, no, now it's probably split. How long I've been out of the state of Texas versus how long I was in it full time. It's evenly split now. And I've been in New York for a huge chunk of that, and I've been in LA for a huge chunk of that. I have cheered for local teams. I own Mets hats.
Yes.
I own Islanders hats. I own a Dodgers hat. I own an LAFC hat. I have done that. So I'm not going to get on Glenn Powell. I'm just not going to do it. I think
Okay.
he's a sports fan in
That
general.
I will agree. I know he's a sports fan, but
Yeah.
I'm just saying, man, hardcore Dodger fan last night, and I'm not buying it. Just like I've never bought the Rob Lowe thing, because in case you don't know this is true. Rob Lowe, there's tons of photos and articles
love it.
about him being a diehard Reds fan. So
Is he from Cincinnati?
I have no idea. He went to Santa Monica High
I was
School.
going to say, I feel like Rob Lowe's been here since minute one.
Yeah, Rob Lowe went to Santa Monica High School with Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez, like Dean Cain was a couple of years later. We had to have a drop-off somewhere.
Yeah, well, he had
But
a
I'm just saying, Rob Lowe's from Santa Monica. He's a card-carrying
That's what I
Reds
thought.
fan.
He reads as like an LA guy.
But he goes to Dodger games pretending to be a Dodger fan too, rocking MLB hats.
Also, that last night was the place to be.
It really
Which
was.
makes me curious, because we're obviously going to have 2 more games here.
We
have
are.
tonight and tomorrow. Like, who's going to be at those? Justin Bieber was there last night. P.S. Shout out Justin Bieber, who thumbs down quietly. He wasn't obnoxious about it. But on one of the Ohtani home runs, he was just in his box and went, thumbs
Good.
down, a la
Good. That is
Gladiator.
correct. That is what it should be.
Yeah, I was like, okay, but there were like if you're into the celebrity count last
was
night, it was
huge.
legitimately
Through
high.
the roof.
So who goes tonight? Who's got
mean-
the stamina to do that again besides
he-
Jason Bateman?
I will point this out, though, Michelle. I remember yesterday I was talking about how I didn't want to go to the game on Wednesday because I was
Yes.
given tickets. That has changed. I'm going to the game tomorrow 100% now.
You have to.
100%.
Especially if they win tonight and you're, oh
It could
God.
be a game
You
where,
may never get out, but
well,
that's fine.
dude, I've never seen a celebration in a World Series live before. So,
love
like,
that.
part of me, like, if the Dodgers win tonight, okay, just knock it out and finish it tomorrow.
By the way, people are chiming in on the Rob Lowe thing. Apparently, his brother Chad,
Mm-hmm.
Avi, speaks out on him all the time, betraying his Reds fandom
Boom!
for the
Told
Dodgers.
you!
That's pretty funny.
Told you!
That's pretty funny.
Yeah, Rob Lowe.
Yeah, Mary. By
Industry
the way,
plant.
Mary Hart was there through the whole thing. She and her husband. Hey, but,
The whole game?
Yeah, they never left.
Good for you, Mary Hart.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Okay, let's ask people, where is your cutoff? If you have already been there present for 9 innings and it goes into extra innings, and let's just 12, 14, 16, is there a cutoff that you have put in your mind that you will get up and leave?
I have left a game before when it's gotten to a 13th inning before.
Okay, so
that
13
did
is
happen
your
for me
cutoff?
once. But here's the thing: that was a normal game in August. Like,
Okay, well, yeah.
World Series, I'm staying until this shit's
I
done.
would think. That's what I would think.
Like, no question about it. Like, if this game goes 25 innings, if this game on Wednesday night, when I go tomorrow night, goes to Thursday afternoon, I will be there till Thursday afternoon.
Just get a hotel.
I might. And I am. And what's funny is I actually am considering taking the train and walking up the mountain
You know what?
because I just want to see what
If
it is.
it's actually an option, do it.
I might.
Because, yeah, my friend said getting there took an hour 20.
Dude, I
And there's no
said this
parking,
to somebody yesterday because I feel like people, you and I have discussed it so many times. Dodger Stadium is the worst stadium in all of sports, not baseball, not in LA, in all of sports to get in and out
It's
of.
lovely once you're in.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
But when you have the 3 most congested highways in America right there going into Chavez Ravine, a ravine that only has 4 entrances, that's just bad city planning. And it drives me nuts. They built a train and they didn't build a train stop there.
That's all right. Bristol, Connecticut's existed this entire time. They still don't have a train stop, so folks could live in New York and just go work at ESPN. But that's another day. All right, let's do our predictions on the baseball.
Game 4 tonight.
So it is
I got some-
Bieber and it is Ohtani.
What dumb son of a bitch bets against Ohtani at this point?
I know, but
Dan in Denver, probably. And that's it.
yeah, he is. Oh God, he's been silent. Has he said anything? I know the first game when Toronto won, he was on Twitter talking his.
Was he?
smack.
Oh, yeah. He
But I'm
always,
wondering if
he always
said-
wants to say something about Ohtani. He's like, hey, Decker, how about Ohtani now? He's done things in the last week and a half that no players in the history of sports has ever done.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I mean, I don't even know if he could make a huge mistake. I don't know how much that would dent anything that
don't
he's
think
done
it would
so far.
matter.
What is the deal with Springer?
That's
by the
the
way?
big thing. Listen,
see.
I at this point don't give the Blue Jays much of a shot.
Without him
anymore.
or in general?
In general, but
Okay.
without him, I virtually give them no shot unless they can somehow rally around each other. George Springer has been the Dodger killer of Dodger killers,
Yes.
especially in October, that's ever existed. And
According to Ken Rosenthal, you want to hear what it is?
Yes, I do.
Well, it's not it's like a vague, but he had the MRI and he has all that discomfort. Rosenthal says he'd be surprised if he comes back for
I
game
would be too.
4 because it wasn't just the injury that went down last night. He's also got issues with wrist and knee at the moment.
so he's got a wrist and knee thing, and now his oblique just went.
Yeah,
Michelle, you ever pull your oblique?
I don't think so. That might be one I have.
It is such a small, minuscule injury, and it's one of the most painful injuries I ever had in my life because it's just breathing. Every
'Cause it's
breath
everything. It's like a rib break.
It's like you're being stabbed.
Yep.
And it doesn't take much. And God forbid you get a cold during that time and you start sneezing. You
Well,
are just
surely
stabbing
not.
yourself over and over and over again. I got back from an oblique injury in 2 weeks, and it was a miraculous thing because
Weeks?
I trained my ass off to get myself back. It's normally like a month. There's no chance we're seeing George Springer. If his oblique got remotely tweaked, I don't see a universe he can give more than one swing for the rest of the
Oh,
series.
just swinging. If the Blue Jays lose tonight, does he desperation shoot him up with painkillers? Let's go.
It's gonna
Or is it
have to
even
be a
possible?
lot of painkillers.
We do it between every swing.
Yeah, you got to.
like
We're gonna be.
another
What was the character in Varsity Blues played by Paul Walker?
Yeah.
Yeah, you basically got to do that. You basically got to Paul Walker him in Varsity Blues for this to actually happen.
What do you mean I don't have an oblique? Of course I have an oblique.
Of course, you have an oblique.
What does that even mean?
Did somebody say you don't have an oblique?
Yeah. Does he think? But does he think an oblique is something else?
Oh, do you think obliques are balls?
or a pee-pee?
Or a penis?
I mean, maybe this is that.
Maybe your penis
I
has
don't
an
know,
oblique.
Terry. Why don't you elaborate on what you mean by that? All right, I guess we're going to take a really, really quick break. Yeah. Oh, no, actually, we're not.
We're not?
What's the Brad Paisley thing?
Ladies and gentlemen,
do
we
want
got to
that.
talk about this right now.
Yeah. Shout out, by the way.
Major League Baseball has a problem, and it's a pace of play problem, and it's really what it is a Brad Paisley problem.
How do we get here?
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to give you a quick little graphic here. Rocky, throw up that graphic, my guy. Here's the deal. Major League Baseball has cut down on time of game and pace of play stupendously since the implementation of the pitch clock.
Okay.
Well, here's the problem. The pitch clock seemingly doesn't have a defense against Brad Paisley. Because Brad Paisley last night sang the national anthem. Okay, it just happened to be a game that goes 6 hours and 20 minutes. You know when was the last time there was an 18-inning game in a Major League Baseball game in a World Series? It was 2018. Dodgers were in it. Guess who sung that national anthem?
Is that possible?
Brad Paisley. The Dodgers also had an 11-inning, 4.5-hour game against the Astros in 2017. You know who sang that? Brad Paisley. Whoa. Rocky, do you have that image for me? Okay, throw that thing up because I really need you to actually see what we're talking about here. 2024, 3 hours and 19 minutes. 2023, 3 hours and 1 minute. These are real times of game. Look at that. Average Brad Paisley game where he sings the national anthem is 5 hours and 26 goddamn minutes.
What are you doing, Brad Paisley?
We can watch Gettysburg. We can watch 2 of the Lord of the Rings movies.
No, throw Schindler's List on there. That's
Schindler's
the first one that
List,
came to mind for me.
Cleopatra.
Das Boot, 4
I'm
hours.
just saying, we can get through an entire trilogy of things in a game that Brad Paisley
Well, at
sings
least
the
he's not
national
singing
anthem.
it 2 nights in a row.
He better not
I don't
be
know
back.
who's singing it tonight, but it ain't him.
Brad, if you show up to the game
Brad.
tomorrow, you better not sing a single goddamn note.
Fun fact about Brad Paisley and Glasnow. Did you know this?
No.
So back before Tyler Glasnow became a Dodger, that Brad Paisley had a social gathering, if you will, a party at his home in Nashville on his farm, because he's obviously a huge fan, that included Dodgers executives and Tampa Bay Rays executives, and that sort of became the beginning of the informal bringing him to LA.
Oh, so you... I got a question. Isn't that, how do I put it?
I don't
Tampering-ish?
But how? How is it tampering?
I've just never seen a place where you had executives and the
Well,
player there.
No, I don't think the
The
player
player was there?
I don't think the player's there.
That'd been amazing if he was.
It doesn't read as though he was there,
So Brad Paisley.
but maybe it was.
So Brad Paisley basically got the Dodgers
Kind of.
Tyler Glasnow.
Kind of, yeah.
It's pretty badass.
So I don't know. Brad Paisley's like everywhere and nowhere all at once.
Also,
Okay,
stop singing
now
the national anthem, please.
we're gonna take a quick break. When we come back, there was a football game that some people maybe watched. I'd love to hear from anyone that did. We will discuss that next.
You never know what they'll say next. It's Beadle and Decker. You're listening to Beadle and Decker. You're listening to Beadle and Decker.
Four or five. That you've been muted. Joanna's mad you've been muted.
Hello. All right.
Check, check. Checkity check.
Oh, look at us. Technical difficulties.
God, I hate this part of everything.
It happens. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Beadle and Decker live here right now on YouTube, Twitch. Join the chat. Join the fun. Lots of people in the chat, as Michelle already actually brought up. And apparently, they're going at each other because they don't know who Brad Paisley is, which is actually a little surprising to me.
That's fine. No, it's not surprising.
No, he's been a pretty prominent musician for
maybe they know the name.
30
They
years.
probably have heard songs and not known they've heard some
Fair.
of his songs. I think that's fair.
Fair.
I think once we started to talk about the NFL game last night, all the technology died, and
Yeah.
I'm going to take it as a sign.
Yes, I will too, because there was technically a Monday Night Football game that if you gave a shit about it, I'm blown away because I did not care even. I had the game on. I barely
Yeah.
glanced at it.
Yeah, no, I came over here to watch a little bit of the baseball game, and I asked you to switch the screen so that the Spurs game was facing me instead of the football game because I don't care. Look, I will care It just wasn't going to be last night.
No, not even a little. But here's the thing. Like, okay, great. The Chiefs won. We knew the Chiefs were going to win. They have Jaden Daniels-less Commanders.
So, yeah. What, you weren't excited about Marcus Mariota?
Oh, yeah, very, 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 because it's 2000 never.
Bless his heart.
I don't know what to say other than the Chiefs are back to being the Chiefs again.
They
Great,
really
great,
are.
great. Let's go ahead and throw up the standings right now just so we can see this, because even though the Chiefs are back to being the Chiefs, they are actually currently in third in their division because the Broncos have 6 wins.
Kind of love that, though.
And the Chargers are doing their damage right now. And looking over at the NFC East, by the way, I just love that the Philadelphia Eagles are a team that everyone's saying, man, they're really taking a step back this year. They're 6-2.
I think that's a specific to the Eagles thing. There's just something about people. I think people love to hate on them. It's what I got the vibe last year too. Like it seems the same to me.
Yeah, and I'm looking at the Chiefs. They're just going to do Chiefs things again.
They're going to go to the Super Bowl.
And they're probably going to go to the Super Bowl like they always do. And we're just kind of wasting our time. But here's the thing. I had a question for you, and it's simply this. With baseball, kind of the World Series is really hot right now.
So hot right
the
now.
NBA is back.
Yep.
Sports Equinox hit yesterday, and I'm not going to lie to you.
good.
It was really clear that Monday Night Football took not just a back seat, which it normally never does.
I know.
It took a significant back seat last night because I don't know anyone that even watched Monday Night Football last night. It was all about the World Series.
don't
And hell,
either.
I know more people that watched the San Antonio Spurs game last night than watched Monday Night Football. I am one of them. I was like
Same.
you.
That's what I had on. That's what I had on the car on my drive back. Then when I got home, and then I had to switch to baseball when it was all said and done. Yeah, look, it doesn't happen very often. We all know NFL's king.
Yeah.
But last night probably was first time, long time where it felt like that was just the least cared about. Oh, look, Taylor Swift was at the game last night, as she, I guess, is now at every game. And nothing on my social media, the absolute crickets. It was all baseball. And then with the occasional like Wemby highlight thrown in, there was a Chet highlight thrown in. Laurie Markkinen had 51 points. Like the NBA in 1 week has thrown out some really great products.
Really great.
It's been really fun. But yeah, look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you social media is the end all be all and it's the gauge by which we measure everything.
But it's at least a little bit
But
of a
sometimes
gauge.
it's just sort of like, what's everyone talking about? And you're like, silence.
Yeah, because no one cared. I mean, it was a one-sided affair. It was a pretty lackluster.
Well, the
shitty
first
game.
half was fine.
It was fine. It was a low-scoring
There was
game,
that
but then
second half.
then they took off and then they did
Yeah,
their
but-
things. Oh, also Travis Kelce looked really good.
I know, which is
but-
crazy.
I don't know, man. My question is simply this: with everything that's going on in the sports world and how I don't know, it feels like the sports landscape is somewhat changing a little bit. Is it possible? Just a little bit, and obviously you just said it. NFL is king, football is king, yada yada yada
Blah, blah,
yada.
blah,
We can't
blah,
go
blah.
anywhere without talking about the fucking NFL.
We'll just do this for an hour.
My question is simply this: is it possible that it's taking a step backwards a little? Are we getting like some football fatigue, the way that nerds are having their Marvel superhero fatigue? Are we just getting a little NFL fatigue? Just a little, because everywhere we got to watch these games, and I know the NBA is doing the exact same shit with all of their, where you have to watch games with them. But,
And it's a lot.
But I feel like the NFL, it's not the, I feel like we're all talking about the NFL nonstop right now because that's what we're used to doing, not because we even want to anymore.
Well, look, you could if we were being honest, or if there was a way to gauge complete and total honesty and transparency, I think that probably you could go to that argument almost every single season, every single year at some point. We are brainwashed. It directs everything. It directs money. It directs gambling. The fantasy football alone is a ridiculously huge business. So I get it. I don't know that it's taking steps backwards as much as the other two, especially last night. The other two sports have taken some steps forward. Like I know I got so sick and tired, and I know I told you guys about it the last couple of years, but like when people just regurgitate the ratings this, the ratings that, I'm like, I don't know about all that. I don't know. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. It's impossible to gauge some ratings these days the way we once did because it's not
the
a
same.
simple metric. Like
No.
there are too many ways we consume this stuff. But all I know is that last night, and somebody in the chat had already said this, there were 3 superstars in their respective sports on full display: Wemby, Mahomes, Shohei. And that is like we said sports equinox, and it could be throwaway for a phrase, but last night was legitimately a
It
crazy
really was.
sports night.
And I know you're a massive Wemby person. I'm aware. I get it. Even I'm a massive Wemby person. Even I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. He had 15 rebounds last night, 27 points. He's just ridiculous.
I love him more than I love my family.
But I have to know,
or anybody in my life.
Who is the biggest star in sports right now? I can't imagine you not saying Shohei Ohtani at the moment.
I mean, look, it's so fresh.
It's
and
unbelievable.
we're it's what's really funny about it too is like I'm not thinking if he has a good game here in a few hours, and it's literally a few hours.
Yeah, he's gonna have a legendary game today.
I assume he's just going to be great.
Yeah.
And he's
What
that
is
guy.
something that's never been done in a baseball game? Yeah, Shohei's going to do that today.
He's going to. What could he do? Like, what could he do? What?
He's never hit 4 in a game before while pitching a complete game
It's a
shutout.
perfect no hitter, like a.
Yeah.
He
could throw a
what are all
perfect
the
game.
stats he could
Okay,
do?
he could throw a no hitter. He could throw a perfect game. He could throw a complete game.
Complete
How about
game,
this?
no
He hasn't
shutout?
thrown a complete game since he's been a Dodger because he's coming off that Tommy John surgery.
Okay, so that's something.
Watch him go CG
That's
shutout
something.
with I don't know, only 1 for 1 with a homer because he'll walk 6 times.
God.
And I want to make this abundantly clear. We're watching the most dominant physical athlete in their respective sport I have ever seen. And I never thought I'd say that outside of Barry Bonds, like just the way people cowered away from Barry Bonds. They wouldn't throw to Barry Bonds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Lawrence Taylor, the way guys
scary.
just ran from Lawrence Taylor. Ray Lewis as well, you can
Goof.
throw in there.
Yeah, I never got an elevator with Ray Lewis, but I hear it's not good.
I think there are better options to do.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Also,
a
it's kind of
ton.
what Wimby's starting to gain a reputation
he's
for,
getting
like
there.
affecting things on the court that are 8 feet away from him, and he has nothing to do with. And yet people are like, I'm not going in there. Yeah, no, he's a specimen. Like Shohei Ohtani, like looks like he was just dropped down from Planet Baseball. I also love that we've seen emotion out of him. I love how we got back to baseball, by the way. That's exactly how this should have gone.
Yes,
today.
because
We
the
mentioned
football
the
yesterday
football.
sucked.
We mention it. We did it. Now we're back to what we like.
You're not, and let's be real clear. You've always been a baseball cash. You don't care this much about baseball. That's how incredible this is.
I always watch playoffs.
Yeah, but
I always watch playoffs.
But this is
Well, because not every World Series is compelling.
really isn't.
Like-
And by the way, we were thinking it wasn't going to be compelling because oh god, the
were.
Dodgers again.
That first win, though, for Toronto, that first game win,
Kinda
that
set the
changes
table.
everything. That's why I hope Toronto, like as much as I think Shohei's going to crush, I really would like Toronto to win this.
It would be awesome if Toronto can
Please.
even this up. Just for this George Springer of it all alone.
I know.
Should we mention anything else in the NFL, or should we just move on to the better things?
Let's go better things.
Let's go better things. The NBA is broken at the moment physically because all the stars are currently out. Why is that happening 3
First
games
of all,
in?
we just finished saying how great the NBA is. You can't
No, the
turn
NBA is
around.
great. I mean, the players are broken.
I mean, look, there are a lot of. Well, we came into the season with some big time
Big
injuries,
ones.
like the
Halliburton's
Tyrese
out.
Halliburton,
Kyrie,
Donovan Mitchell, Tatum, Kyrie. Like there are some big injuries that are out there. Yeah, and in the first week we're getting some more. Luka's now out. LeBron obviously didn't start the season. The Pacers already without Halliburton, which is a hell of an ask. Today announcing that Mathurin and Toppin are out for a little bit of time. I'm trying to think of like where going around. So Paul George, Joel Embiid, they both aren't playing. But by the way, stop me if you've heard that one before. But anywho,
already.
yeah, like it's. And by the way, as part of the drama and the fun storylines, it's 3 games, but Philly hasn't lost yet.
No.
Without really, like Joel's played a game, but he's not been Joel.
Yeah,
and
but you
Paul
know who
hasn't.
that guy? It's Tyrese Maxey's team, finally.
And the rookie, man.
He's good.
DJ Edgecombe, dude. Like, talk about coming in with some chutzpah and, like, owning it. Yeah, so there are Chicago's undefeated so far. Again,
Shane.
just like we predicted.
Shane. 3-0 Bulls, Shane. How you feeling, my guy?
Love that for you guys.
It's really happening.
It feels good, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of fun.
How long till
feels
the
good,
ghost
right?
of Jerry Reinsdorf shows back up for you?
Well, it's not a ghost, Cody. He's unfortunately still alive.
Jerry's still alive? I thought he died like a decade
Well,
ago.
all I know is that some spirit just knocked something off a shelf in here, and I feel like
we
that's
just talked
what they're
about this
listening.
yesterday. If Jerry was still alive, would the White Sox and the Bulls be in the position that they're in? No, because he's still making every controlling decision, even
that's
though
fair.
he has less than the control of the team.
Can I ask you a question, Shane? You're being a card-carrying Chicagoan and everything South Side.
Southside.
How has no one in the city of Chicago been able to like step up and get Jerry to, if not sell the team, relinquish control of the team?
I mean, that's been the narrative for the last 4 or 5 years, trying to sneak in banners to guaranteed rate field, or I guess just rate field now. They took away the guaranteed part of the insurance business, which they're named after, because I don't think they have been able to come through with their promises. So at rate field, you get 10 to 15 sell the team banners a game. That's just what it is. But he is the most stubborn man on the face of the planet. It's already a miracle that he gave up so much controlling interest to Justin Ishbia. It's already an absolute miracle. Jerry Reinsdorf has had less than majority ownership of the White Sox for the last 20 to 30 years, and he still is the controlling partner.
That's
That make
insane.
sense for me.
But is
Yeah.
it like? Would you
But
give up power?
I mean, I guess, but
No.
if you don't have the actual
But
mathematical
how can you
control
just
of the
be
team,
a 25% owner? Exactly. How can you be a 25% owner and have another group own more than you, and now Justin Ishbia own more than you, but you still get to make all the decisions?
Well, okay, but in fairness, that's what Mark Cuban thought was going to be the case, and Jeannie Buss only is going to be able to be a part of things for a certain amount of time.
Oh,
until
see, I thought she was
so
staying
maybe
in.
they're pulling a fast one on him, and once they get in, they're like, "Nah, we're good."
we need
It's a thing.
Jerry.
God, I hope so, Michelle, because it's very difficult to be a White Sox fan. I'll tell you that. Very incredibly difficult to be a White Sox fan when that's your one team. Like you guys know, working in sports media, maybe not with Michelle because she seems to be a massive Spurs fan. I have no
Seems
idea
to
why it's
be?
no longer 1999.
Seems
Buddy,
to be.
she's
No
getting a
longer
Wemby tattoo
I moved there in the
across her
6th
chest.
grade, bro. I went through the bad
Listen.
years.
Manu Ginobili is not walking through that door. It's still going to be bad years. You got one guy who's just taller than everybody else.
I'm starting to think Shane doesn't watch basketball. I'm starting to think that. You want to
I mean,
you want to
no,
place
I
a
appreciate-
wager?
No. I appreciate what he's saying. Although, yeah, put on a
No,
wager.
I'm kidding.
I'll place a
I
wager
will
right
put
now.
a wager on.
Like working in sports media as long as we have, it's taken away my ability to be a fan of teams. I only have the White Sox left. I
See, I don't
only
feel
have
that
that
way.
left.
But I do.
You
But
don't
I
feel
only
that way?
came in with one team, so it's not like you know.
Like you don't feel like you know too much.
Well, that's also why
that
dating's
is-
hard. I mean, if we're gonna do this, I know too much about
Preach,
that.
brother.
I know too much, Shane. No, I
Preach.
like. Well, I came in with one team.
Yeah.
Like I didn't come in with a football team and a baseball team, and
Yeah.
those things have fluctuated my entire sports fandom life. But the Spurs were my one and continue to be my one and only team.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But I get what you're saying, Shane, because like similar thing, but not because of sports media. It happened to me because I played baseball. I grew up a Dodger fan, like a diehard Dodger fan. I loved the Dodgers. Then I got drafted by the Padres, played for the Rockies and Diamondback. I played for everyone in the West except the Dodgers, and it just kind of shifts how you look at things. So I don't really care about the Dodgers, but still a Laker fan, still a Raiders fan, still.
yeah.
I'm not proud of these two things, but
Well,
I'm
Lakers
in.
is fine.
Lakers is
Raiders is
still
a
fine,
tough
but
one.
Raiders is
It's a tough
it's just
gig.
a tough draw, man. I'm not digging it, but I do get it.
I get it. Where were
I don't
we?
know. Maybe it's just because my teams were local and I worked locally.
Fair.
I've only ever been a fan of local teams. Maybe that's it.
Well, same. I mean, mine was local. I worked for the team for a number of years. I still continue. If I'm around, I'll do a game or two. It's like
by
it's
the
my
way-
home. It gave me everything.
Where were we? We're talking about the 3-0 Bulls, Michelle, the team that's taking over the
Yeah, how about
entire
that?
league.
But seriously, Michelle, do you like Matas Puzelis? Because it seems like the league likes Matas.
He did have who did he stuff last night? That was like a moment like oh, hello, God, we had it on FanDuel this
I
morning.
didn't watch it last night, but I did see that Vooch went 17, 17, and 9.
Yep,
Io 21 points.
yep, off the bench.
Matas looking crisp.
Yep.
But this is a team that can surprise a little bit. I still don't think like anything higher than 6th or 7th seed.
I mean, it's
But
the East.
and that would be a dream.
Look, you get
that
to
would be a
dream
dream
differently
in
when
the
you
East.
when you are an East Coast,
Especially
an East
right
Coast conference
now.
team. It's just a different.
Because the Celtics have
Expectation.
nobody at the moment healthy.
Oh God, jeez.
I mean,
Louise.
Celtics-
Well, it's not just that they don't have anybody healthy. They got rid of like 4 big pieces.
Yeah.
and that's a real hard turnaround.
Where's Horford now?
Horford is with the Golden State.
Oh,
Dead.
That's a good
Yeah,
pickup.
and then Porzingis is what, Atlanta? That's all right. Look, it will only be a matter of time before we start talking about potential trades. I heard an interesting one today, just for the sake of Shiggles. Got it in there.
Nailed it.
Yeah, if you're wondering what that is, it's a combination of shits and giggles, and it's my new favorite thing to say. But that being said, Lauri Markkanen, who had 51 last night, for a Jazz team that's actually trying, and I don't know why, to the Spurs for De'Aaron Fox and a pick or two. Make it happen.
No, don't make that
Make
happen.
it
I am not for making your Spurs that much better.
Why? We're done. We're done building with this. We're officially in it now.
I
Let's
know
go.
you're in it.
Let's-
I
let's
don't
go.
need you being better. Like I did not like what your good run of the Spurs those years. I did not like what they
God, I
did to
loved
my
it.
Lakers.
Loved it so much. wasn't just you guys, though.
It was everybody,
Yeah,
but
Phoenix had a moment
I was
like
only
that.
rooting for one of those teams.
Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, Lakers are short on anything.
Oh, sorry that we're just a championship team.
NBA is good, and I love this so much right now. We take a quick break. Quick one.
Let's do a quick break and then bring it out and wrap it all up, huh?
Wrap it up on the other side.
Beadle and Decker.
You're listening to Beadle and Decker. Where'd you go? You're listening to Beadle and Decker. Where'd you go?
Did you just hit your mic like
I
this?
did.
Okay.
I did. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, we're doing one more segment for you. And here's the thing. We haven't done all the signage for our normal, things. Like, for instance, how we finished every show was with reflections. And
Yes.
reflections is always a great way to end the show. And maybe we're going to bring reflections back. But
It's not like anyone owns it.
It's not like that. I'm just saying, but we do have a new segment that we just decided we're going to do right now. And we are going to call it Shiggles.
Shiggles.
Shits and giggles.
It's fun to say.
It is. And
Cute.
I would like to bring up something that I am shits and giggling about.
Okay, that's not how that works.
Shiggling about?
You're not supposed to say you're shitting about. Like that's
Then what am I doing?
No, it's for
You're giggling for the shits
for
of
the
it.
Oh,
shits
okay,
and
sorry.
giggles. Don't tell the world you're shitting because that's a different topic.
Okay, I'm
You're
giggling
not
for the
shitting
shits.
and giggling.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for everybody helping. Tron Ares.
Okay, well I'm done. Thank you. It's
No.
been real.
Hear me out on this.
Oh, God.
I'm
Wow.
going to bring this up real quick.
Wait, is that Jared Leto?
Yes.
Oh Jesus.
This was a movie I wanted to see. What's wrong?
Well, nobody likes Tron.
Michelle,
I'm
did you
sorry.
have
You're
any
gonna have to
idea
deal
that
with
Cody's
it.
a virgin.
You gave Ross
Tron Ares, a movie I wanted to see, but I hate Jared Leto so much that I refuse to even step foot in it. And by the way, I'm actually thrilled the movie came out. You know why?
It's out?
Oh, it's out. It's been out for weeks. And it's such a bomb
Why would I know that?
that not only did it kill the Tron franchise, it has officially killed Jared Leto as a leading man.
No.
That's what they're saying. No more Jared Leto. Could that also go for no more 30 Seconds to Mars or just really anything Jared Leto from
I
now
don't
on?
think Jared Leto even comes into my life.
Apparently he's trying to.
I did not know that.
Yeah, Jared Leto, by the way, he apparently got his hands on this entire project and turned it into this Jared Leto
Why do you hate
vanity
Jared
project.
Leto so much?
Because he just sucks. I mean, don't get me wrong. I liked him in My So-Called Life, but that was 1991.
Yeah, well, Dallas Buyers Club.
I liked him in that.
That was
Yes,
that was
he
real
quite good.
acting.
That was
that
good
was
acting.
acting.
Because here's the thing. He's capable of putting together good performances. It's the same way I feel about Marky Mark.
Well, he's a dick.
Yes, he's a dick.
being honest.
We all know that he's a dick. But my issue with Marky Mark is not that he's a dick. My problem with Marky Mark is that he is a very capable actor. I know that because he's astonishingly good in Boogie Nights.
Sure.
He's really good in The Departed.
Mr. Walker.
The guy has talent, yet he's always out there just playing the same Marky Mark. Man, this is a transformer.
He
This
actually-
is and now I'm a bodybuilder. Oh,
He's
that's-
had like his 4 last movies are basically he's like a dad.
Yes, he's a dad and a secret agent. It's just Marky Mark over and over.
I just
All right,
don't
so
like
what's
him.
wrong with that? What's
Great
wrong
watch
with that?
collection, though. Great watch
Because I
collection.
don't like. He sucks. It's It's annoying. I think
He's by all accounts a really, really good dude.
Who?
Marky Mark.
I'm sorry, you might
Mark
want to
Wahlberg.
look up hate crime and Marky Mark before you start telling the world how nice he is.
I think everyone gets one.
Yeah, like all I know is that I've lived my whole life without being arrested for racially insensitive beating. One.
Yeah, well,
One
listen,
straight.
I'm not saying anything
have the
about Mark Wahlberg other than the fact that he said one time that he would have solved 9/11 if he was on the plane. Don't worry
If
about
he
that.
was on the plane.
Oh yeah, he said that.
If only we
He said
were
that
so
wouldn't have gone
lucky.
down if I was on the plane. I'm not going to mention that, but whatever. Marky
That's
Mark.
when you
hey,
start
hey,
to
Again,
believe this.
What's wrong with the guy being confident in his ability? if I'm on one of those flights,
He's
headed
also the
towards
guy
World
that told
Trade Center,
everybody who loves Bad Bunny and that Bad Bunny should go back to his country.
Yeah.
That was
you know,
recent. That's
America.
recent. That's like 2 days ago.
Okay, well,
And by the way, I'm
not
friends with
his
his brother. Donnie
I love
Wahlberg, on
Donnie.
the other hand, couldn't be a nicer human being.
God, I love Donnie.
Could not be a nicer human.
I've never had a
being.
Wahlburger before.
I haven't either. Frozen, actually, I have.
Is
You can get them in the freezer section.
Any good?
Is that- yep.
Shane, have you tried a
I mean, it's
Wahlburger?
meat.
yeah, I had it in Vegas, the one like on Las Vegas Boulevard. So I'm not going to give it a true score because no food on Las Vegas Boulevard is going to be any good.
That's fair.
Okay,
But
fair.
it tasted kind of just like a Shake Shack.
Oh, okay.
Which I have never had.
Yeah.
You know what? Shake Shack's not bad. It's. I think it's very overinflated by people on the East Coast. They really love themselves a Shake Shack, but
Interesting.
to me, but it's like the same way we are out here about In-N-Out. Like
That's fair. It
We
is.
covet
It is.
In-N-Out. I understand that people come here and they try In-N-Out and they're like, "What is this?" It's a little different. You got. We grew up on it out here.
Oh, God. now
I've never
gotta go
had
home and
that, so
think
that's
about-
something I'm going to need in November.
You will
What,
be here.
In-N-Out?
He's never had an dude.
Oh,
Shane's,
you'll have
yeah.
one.
Shane's never been to L.A.
Oh, my.
Shane's coming out for his
God,
first
no.
ever Los Angeles trek in just a couple of weeks. You fired up, dude?
Yeah, I'm totally pumped. Are you kidding me?
That's going to be insanity.
It's gonna be a good time. It's
Good
gonna be a
luck.
good
You got to figure out a list of things to do while you're out here. All right. We did it.
We did it. Another
So
show. in the
tonight
books.
we got baseball.
Yes.
My Spurs don't play, so at least I don't have like a. I
You're easy.
don't really have any distraction tonight.
No,
I
I'm
think
gonna. I'll
good.
have some basketball games on too, but really tonight's all about Game 3 of the World Series. Honestly, it's Shohei watch period stuff.
God, this is gonna be awesome.
It's must-watch TV. If you're not even a baseball fan, like you have to watch Shohei Ohtani. It's that ridiculous.
I think that's a fair statement. You don't even have to give two poops about baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Tonight is hell. Even just if you got time to watch a couple innings of it,
Mm-hmm.
it's must see television.
It's must-see TV to see just how the Toronto Blue Jays treat him when he comes to the plate. Like
I want to
it's
see if they
just-
got bags under their eyes, all of them.
This is gonna be a fun.
Because I
one.
do.
Oh, do we ever? All right, that's it for us today. And as always, as customary, Michelle.
R.I.P. Estelle Getty.